Yo, YouTube. Wow. 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 YouTube. Yo. YouTube. Yo. Did y'all watch episode 4? What if? Yo. Wow. It's raining outside right now too, so y'all might be hearing that come through the mic. I don't know, but yo, okay. I just watched Marvel's What If Season 1, Episode 4. The title was What If Doctor Strange Lost His Heart Instead of His Hands. Probably about a 30-minute episode. Now, I want to talk non-spoilers first for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Yo, right off the top, in my opinion, I haven't even looked at what other people have thought about this episode yet. I have no idea what other people think. But I don't care, because I thought it was incredible. This episode of What If, to me, showcased the caliber of storytelling that What If is capable of. This showed the levels that this series can take. This showed that the levels the series can be taken to. Like, yo, wow. I mean, yo, again, non-spoilers, right? Like, the like what if aspect of this, like where they take it, what occurs, the character development, the metaphors, the analogies, the human examination piece, the just dealing with grief, and yo, it's an incredible episode. Like, I mean, I don't know if people haven't been feeling What If or not. For the most part, I feel like people have been enjoying it. I don't think there's been any episodes for some people that have like wowed them. But I'm telling you right now, if for some reason you were thinking about stopping What If, if you were thinking about stop watching What If for some reason, like the last episode just wasn't hitting for you, or it just overall just felt like an okay series, like I'm telling you right now, like you gotta watch this episode because it's incredible. 100%, it's amazing. This is a powerful episode. The kind of episode that when it ends, you sit there for a second, right? Like after this episode ended, I kind of sat there like yo, I was just like, wow. Like, one, the conclusion is crazy, and like I'm telling you, man, like this episode is. I mean, I was already personally enjoying What If, but after seeing this episode, I'm just like, damn, like I did not expect to like the series as much as I did. In fact, I remember when the series was coming out, right? I remember when the series got announced. It was the one I was least interested in, man, compared to WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki. And then you got this animated What If series, man. Nobody care about no fucking animated What If series. Come on, I'm sure some of y'all thought like that, right? Like you were like, I don't care about no animated series. I'm trying to see the live action canon stuff. That's what I'm trying to see. But I'm telling you right now, man, this episode rivals, if not surpasses, any of the live action like storytelling, whether it be movie or TV series. Even in the Disney Plus series space, this single 30-minute episode was more powerful than a lot of the episodes from the other series. Not saying they were bad, right? Not saying those series were bad or had like bad storytelling issues or anything like that. But this single episode, just by itself, rivals the storytelling and the power of some of the heaviness of some of the other episodes in the other series. I'm telling y'all right now, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you were put off by What If, because like to me, you don't necessarily have to watch these in order, but I mean, I think that you should, because I think there is an overarching storyline with the Watcher and how you kind of learn more about him as each episode goes on, right? That's kind of like the connecting piece is him. And so I do think that progressively learning more about him each episode, like there is some merit to watching them in order, but I don't think you have to. Just watch this episode, man. I'm telling you right now, this episode is incredible. So that's my non-spoiler, right? Like, go watch the episode and then come back and let's talk about spoilers, okay? It's an amazing episode. I loved everything about this episode. I was glued to the screen, the voice acting, the animation, man, some of the battles, like everything was popping off in this episode. The emotion, like everything. It felt like I was watching live action Marvel, if not better. So if you haven't watched it yet, go check out this episode 4, season 1, Marvel's What If animated series on Disney Plus, and they are bringing the heat. This is getting better with each episode. But now I'm gonna switch gears. Let's talk about spoilers, because there's a lot to talk about with this What If episode. So right off the top, let's just kind of let's talk about the summary. Let's talk about the summary of the episode. So you got Stephen Strange, right? The whole concept, right? So what if he lost his heart instead of his hands? So his heart was Christine, and he loses her, and now he still gets prompted to pursue the mystic arts, but the reason's a little bit different. Now he's trying to regain his lost love, right? And he thinks that that's what he needs. He needs to get her back. He's lost without her. He doesn't know what to do. That was his baby girl. He doesn't know what to do. He loved her with all his heart. He has no heart. He's going to do everything he can to get her back, to set things right for himself. And that cues his journey to, to start figuring out what to do, right? Like, he initially just tried changing the events, like going back in time with the stone, with the Agamotto, going back in time and trying to change events. And that, which is a crazy part, right? Like this dude has watched her die probably 100 times. 100 times he probably watched her die, trying to save her by just going back and changing those events. Then you learn from the Ancient One, this is an absolute event. And I think it's going to tie into stuff like, No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness, right? Like they're talking about this multiverse stuff kind of in detail in this episode. And we learn about absolute events. Now, I'm letting y'all know, I don't read the comics. I watch a lot of like the Geek Culture Explain, the Comic Explain, to kind of get my information about the background on a lot of the stuff. But, I don't know a lot about the comic stuff. So this, like the absolute event thing was new to me. So we learned about absolute events where it's like, man, you can't change this. Like this is going to happen no matter what. And changing it will destroy the fabric of the universe. So he sets out to just, use Agamotto to try to change it. But then there's the Ancient One. Man, you can't do it. It can't be done. He's like, Strange is like, no way. It can be done. Even you said nothing's impossible. And so he sets out on the journey. He just figures that he doesn't have enough power. He's not strong enough. Sets out on the journey. He goes back to an old lost library. I can't recall the name, like Castiago or I don't know. But he goes back to an ancient library to learn more about changing the past and what you can do to gain that power to change it. And he learns about absorbing people. He starts absorbing these mystic beings. The first one he tried was the Cthulhu like tentacle monster or whatever that we saw in the first episode with Captain Carter. And then he got pieced up. Like he's not at that level. He wasn't ready yet to take on the tentacle monster dude yet. So he started absorbing all these small ones. And he built up and then eventually absorbed that. Getting stronger and not only physically changing, right? He started to get that kind of like evil Dracula look going on as he got more just lost in his pursuit of trying to get, his love back. He started, and then mentally, like he was just lost. His mind, like they said, the mind shattered. His mind shattered, and his sole purpose was to get her back, but selfishly, right? He wasn't thinking about anybody else but himself, and wasn't thinking about the world, wasn't thinking about nothing. Just selfishly wanted her back. And then so he gets that power. Then he learns from Bang, I think that's how his name was pronounced, that there is two versions of himself. And it turns out the Ancient One, which did that blast, to actually split him in two, because she figured that Doctor Strange is so strong, the only person that can stop him is himself. So she split him in two. And then we get that insane climatic battle between the two Doctor Stranges, the good Doctor Strange versus the evil Doctor Strange. And that battle's incredible, man. The art and the animation, like, and the music, like everything about it was just epic. I was like, dang, this is hard, dude. Like, wow, they are killing it right now. So we have the epic battle. Of course, the good Doctor Strange loses. I think we all kind of expected that. We kind of saw where this is going, right? Like, proving that point of like, look, The absolute points, you do not fuck with the absolute points. They have to happen. And we learned that with this episode. So eventually he defeats that good Doctor Strange. Bam. He brings her back. When he goes into like super like, elder god, freaking Cthulhu, Cerberus, Sphinx, in crazy mode. Brings her back, and then bam, the fabric of the universe starts messing up. And what's so poetic, right, is he still lost her anyway. He brought her back and still lost her. Still lost her anyway. And then we get our first interaction with a character in the show with the Watcher. It's actually seeing the Watcher involved, right? We used to see him in the background, narrating, overlooking. But it was cool in this episode, right? Doctor Strange was so fucking strong that he could sense the presence. He's like, man, someone's watching. Someone's looking, no someone's there. And then we finally see when the Watcher steps in to talk to him. Strange is like, hey, I knew you were there this whole time. I know you're a god. I read about you. Like, fix this, please. And then what did the Watcher say? I'm just a Watcher. I don't interfere. I could fix it. I am a god, per se. Well, actually, no, what did he say? Like he said, he's not a god, and neither was he. But he said he could fix it, but he doesn't interfere. He just watches. He just observes. And then, bam, the episode ends with, the universe collapsing, and he was in some sort of like crystallized containment thing, and Christine evaporates, and that's it. Like, it's over. The universe destroyed. Bam. And he realized his mistakes. He realized he selfishly screwed up. This episode was incredible, man. Like, just all the stuff they touched on, like touching on grief and how that leads you down that path of, anger and selfishness. Like some Star Wars type stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then just the poeticness at the end where it's like, hey, when you're operating in that selfish manner, you still won't win. And he still lost or he learned. You gotta think of others beyond yourself. And he realized that too late, right? It's too late. That's another thing, right? Like, you reach a point where in your decision-making process where things are too late. He realized too late. And he realized, oh man, I made a mistake. The whole world shouldn't suffer because I'm an idiot. But it was too late at that point. He realized too late. His self-reflection came too late. You know what I'm saying? He was so laser-focused and shattered mind, not considering other perspectives, and so just lost in it, right? That by the time he reached his end goal, it was too late. It didn't matter. So we kind of, the episode kind of teaches you, like, hey, look, take a step back. Don't act out of emotion. Take a step back. Analyze things. Don't pick the selfish option, because normally that's not even going to be the best option. You're going to hurt people around you. Or even whether it be friends, family, or just, civilians. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was deep, man. That episode was powerful. I'm telling you, man. It's like, after that episode ended, I just kind of sat there. I was like, wow. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. I text my boy, because we text each other about the episode. I text him real quick, because I knew he hadn't watched it yet. I'm like, yo, you gotta watch this episode tonight, because we gotta talk about it. Like, I'm sitting here, like, dwelling on it. Like, I can't believe what I just watched. We got to see the Watcher interact. And so now I'm thinking, right? We're seeing this. How many episodes are in the season? Is it 6 again? I don't even know. I gotta look that up. But I'm wondering, with seeing the Watcher be more interactive with each episode, if there's 6 episodes, because all the other 2 seasons had 6 episodes. Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Loki had 6 episodes. Let's say this has 6 episodes. There's 2 more left. Are we gonna see the Watcher get even more involved and then get even more information, right? Because we learned a lot about timeline stuff in this too, about the absolute points and splitting, souls and stuff like that, which stuff that I think will connect to the main live action stuff that we might see in No Way Home or in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. You know what I'm saying? We're getting hints of that stuff. So this is a cool episode, man. Like, wow, it was just so good. And the voice acting was awesome, man. The voice acting is incredible in this show. So that was really good. Like I said, I was sucked in from beginning to end. Every little story beat. It's like a little mini, like a little short film. That's kind of what the feel I got from it. Like, you watch one of those good fan films on YouTube or something like that. That's the feeling that I got after watching it, because the story arc is And I guess you can kind of say it's a cliche story, right? Like, oh, he lost the love of his life, he's trying to get her back selfishly, and then he screws things up. Cliche story, but in the context of the Marvel world with these characters that, you know, we know about in one way, and then seeing them in this like evil version, and just seeing them go down different paths and different things happening. It's cliche, but it feels different because of the context of everything else within the Marvel universe. It just feels interesting. It feels cool, and then it's the way they told the story. Like, it felt powerful. I feel like, you know, if you could tell a cliche story, but if there's enough like different pieces to it to make it feel interesting, or be putting in this like context of like Marvel, make it feel fresh and different. Like, it can still be impactful, it can still be powerful, especially with characters you care about. Like, we care about Stephen Strange, man. We've been rocking with him for a while now. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Man, What If is awesome. It's so crazy, man, because I keep thinking back to when, and I already said at the beginning of the video, I keep thinking back to when this is one of the shows announced, and I stupidly was like, man, I don't care about that. Like, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the canon live action TV shows, which I don't know, have they confirmed whether or not this is canon? I know they said that aspects could be taken out and put into canon, but I don't know if they definitively said that all this stuff is canon within the multiverse context. I don't remember, but that was my thought process before, right? It was like, man, I want to see the canon live action stuff that's going to lead me to the movies, and I feel like this will have some like movie implications. They will connect some stuff, but that was my thought, and they've shown me that they can make a powerful animated series with they can, you know, tug on your heartstrings, have that powerful story, have those powerful characters, have those characters that you love, have the moments that you love, have interesting character arcs in just such a short amount of time. Beautiful animation, dope fighting, there's cool effects, good voice acting, everything so dope about the show, man. I'm loving What If. If they have a season 2, I'm going to look forward to it now. And also, if they have more animated shows for Disney plus Marvel style, within the MCU context, right? Like, I know they make like the Marvel, like those like do they make them anymore? Like, you know, the DC movies have those like movies, those animated films that exist outside DCEU. Does Marvel still do those? I don't even know if they do them anymore now that you got MCU stuff, but that's what I was thinking about because I don't really watch those, even though I heard that some are good. But What If is, I mean, I thought about those type of movies that no one really tunes into, but I was proven wrong. Ate my words. This shit is dope. Marvel's What If. But that's what I thought about the 4th episode of season 1 of Marvel's What If, and that was a Doctor Strange episode. Super dope. I'm hyped for. I don't even know how many episodes are left. I'm gonna assume 6. And if it's less than that, I'm going to be disappointed. If there's only 1 episode left, I'm going to be sad, of course. But I look forward to the next episode, man, because these just keep getting better and better. And I almost makes me nervous because this episode was so good. I'm like, dang, can they top that with the next one? So we'll see. I'm loving What If so far. I thought episode 4 was incredible. Can't wait for the next one. You know, what did y'all think about this episode? Did you think it was dope? Did you not like it? Because, you know, after this video, I'm going to go look up online and see what people are thinking about this episode because I haven't seen nothing yet. I just came off of watching it and gave my raw opinion, untouched by anything. I haven't seen nothing on this episode because I wanted to go in as unbiased as possible. Because, you know, you watch reviews and stuff like that before you watch something, like you kind of already get this little tiny bias in your brain to start to look for certain things, right? Like, oh, I heard that this was kind of bad, so now back of my head I'm gonna be kind of looking for it instead of just watching and absorbing it. So I wanted it to be that way. But what did y'all think about this episode? You hyped for the next one? Or you just hyped, just for more Marvel in general? Like, what future shows for Disney Plus you're looking forward to? And what do you think they'll do for the next episode? I don't know if they've released what the next episode will be about, but if they haven't, what do y'all think it will be about? And also, what do y'all think this will connect to in the live action series? We got a little hints about timeline stuff. The Watcher, do we see the Watcher in live action MCU? What do y'all think? Like, let's discuss it. Drop down in the comments below, what y'all think about any of this stuff. If you watched this point in the video, thanks so much for watching the entire thing. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified for my future videos. And again, sign up in the comments, man. I really do want to hear what y'all think about this episode, What If series as a whole. Let's discuss it in the comments. But again, thank you so much, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.